Hey guys, this is your video tutorial walking you through how to do the selective color project. So at this point you should have already put together a folder of the images that you want to do for this project, and you should be in that folder in Bridge having selected the one that we're going to work with here first. So I've got my image selected. You can open it in Camera Raw, make any adjustments that you want to make, and then we're just going to open it in Photoshop. So you can either double click or you can right click and say open with Adobe Photoshop, and it will bring it into Photoshop. Right now mine's under the crop tool, so I'm just going to move it up to my move tool. First thing we're going to do to make this selective color adjustments, we need to make it black and white. So what you need to make sure is that you have this adjustments panel over here on the right. If you do not see this, you need to go up to Window at the top menu bar of your screen, and you need to make sure Adjustments is checkmarked. Once you see this panel, you're going to find the one that says black and white, and it lists it all right here. So if I hover over them, it'll tell me which is which, but it looks like a half white, half black box. You're going to click on that. It'll add an adjustment layer. It also brings up this menu bar for the different colors. So if I were to move these little sliders, these magentas, because most of my flowers are pink, you can see what it does to the black and white of that color. So if I want to make those magentas a little darker, which I actually kind of like that look, I can move those sliders around. Okay. Once you're done making those adjustments, you're going to click the little X. You want to make sure that on your Layers panel, and again, if you can't see this Layers panel, you need to go back up to Window and make sure that this Layers panel is checkmarked, because you will need to see these layers for this project. You want to make sure that this, what is called a layer mask, is selected, which it should be automatically. Then you're going to go over here to your toolbar and you're going to find your brush tool. There's a couple different tools that look like a brush. There's this one, that's the history brush tool. That's not what we want. This one, just the plain old brush tool, is what we're going to work with. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and it will bring up this little circle. Okay. Now the shortcut on your keyboard to make this circle, your brush, larger or smaller, the brackets on your keyboard by the letter P on your keyboard. If I click the left bracket, it makes it smaller. If I click the right bracket, it makes it larger. Okay. So you're going to select a size that's going to work for what you're wanting to select. So I'm going to work with this flower right here, and I would like to zoom in because it's a kind of small flower. So I'm going to Command plus on my keyboard to zoom in. And this is a good size for right now for my brush. Then you want to make sure that your color swatches down here, this should already be this way unless someone has messed with your colors. You want to make sure that the black is on the top. Okay. If it's not, if the white is on the top, you can just select this little arrow tool to switch them. If it's a completely different color, you'd want to click on that and make sure you drag it all the way down to black. Okay. Next step is we're going to brush away the black and white to reveal the color underneath. So with my black color as my foreground, I just start brushing with my brush tool. Okay, and I want these to look neat and clean. I don't want you to do this to where the outer edges are all, in color. You're just coloring the area that you want to stand out. So let's say I was a little messy and did this. How can I make those edges black and white again? You can come over here to your color swatches, switch so that the white is on top. I'm going to make this a little smaller. And then I can brush back with my white and it will take that color away. Okay. So you're just going to go through and do this. And again, like make sure that these look clean. So zoom in really tight and close to make sure that you're getting it right on target. Okay, because I'm going to look at these pretty closely when I grade them. So I would like them to look good. Okay, when you're all done, you're going to want to come up here to File, Save As, and make sure again down here in the format that you're saving it as a JPEG file. Okay, and what you're going to name these, you're going to go ahead and name these Selective Color or SC. For the first one, I'm going to do it number 1. Okay, for my second one, I'll do SC number 2, SC number 3. That way they're differentiated, and then you just click Save. And then OK. And that's how you would do this selective color project.